How does Dana White get around the Muhammad Ali Act, and does he even have to? Knuckleheads, that's the question that the boxing world is asking itself right now in light of Dana White, Turkey El Sheikh, and the very deep, very oily pockets of Saudi Arabia joining forces in an effort to bring about their vision of boxing, right? And their vision of boxing entails Dana White being able to essentially act as a sanctioning body by rating and ranking his own fighters and providing them with just one championship belt per division to root out confusion the way he does in the UFC. And as you can imagine, some people like it, some people don't like it, but a large contingent of people are saying, well, Dana, you're coming from MMA where the Muhammad Ali Act doesn't apply, but you're not going to be able to do that here in boxing because we play by a different set of rules, the Muhammad Ali Act. You're going to have to abide by it. And so before I give you guys what I think is going to happen, I want to preface this by saying that, number one, I am a promoter, or was a promoter, of pro and amateur kickboxing in California and amateur kickboxing in Florida. And even though the Muhammad Ali Act doesn't apply, it does give me quite a bit of insight. And number two, I am a lawyer. So I read through the Muhammad Ali Act, and this is not legal advice. Do not take it as legal advice, but it is my opinion as someone who's able to competently, I would hope, read laws and statutes and determine how I think they will be applied. Again, not legal advice. So first and foremost, I don't think Dana White is really going to have to get around the Muhammad Ali Act at all, right? And the first reason is, because there's two issues I want to discuss with you guys, right? But the first one is, I don't see anywhere at all in the entire Muhammad Ali Act where it says that a sanctioning body is a requirement for a fight to take place. Now, if somebody can point me to that language, I'll gladly, admit that I was wrong. But I don't see that anywhere, right? And again, even though I was a kickboxing promoter and the Muhammad Ali Act didn't apply, I did put on fights, and I never needed a sanctioning body to put on a pro fight, right? It was the California State Athletic Commission that came. They were the commission that oversaw the fight. I didn't need a sanctioning body. I had my own promotional titles on the line, so I didn't need a sanctioning body for that. It was a promotional title, my own. And so no harm, no foul. There was nothing going on there. And so I guess issue number one is, does a sanctioning body even need to be there, right? Or is it just something that has stuck around from custom because they've been around since like the 20s? Number two, assuming arguendo I'm wrong about that, and a sanctioning body is a must in a boxing match, which again, I don't see any text that says it's a must, but assuming it is, number two, you would go to the conflict of interest section in the Muhammad Ali Act, which is section 6308, right? And interestingly enough, in this section, specifically little b, in parentheses, it says firewall between promoters and managers, right? And it says it's unlawful for a promoter to have direct or indirect financial interest in the management of a boxer, or a manager to have a direct or indirect financial interest in the promotion of a boxer. And so basically it just says, look, I'm separating the promoter from the manager, right? But it doesn't have the same firewall language in letter C under section 6308, where it refers to sanctioning organizations. In fact, it only has 2 points under sanctioning organizations. Number one, prohibiting the receipt of money. And number two, talking about exceptions, right? Let's go through that real quick. Number one says prohibition on receipts. Except as provided in paragraph 2, no officer or employee of a sanctioning organization may receive any compensation, gift, or benefit directly or indirectly from a promoter, boxer, or manager. The exception is the receipt of payment by a promoter, boxer, or manager of a sanctioning organization's published fee for sanctioning a boxing match, or reasonable expenses in connection therewith if the payment is reported to the responsible boxing commission or the receipt of a gift or benefit of de minimis value. So it seems to me to be saying that the sanctioning body can accept money from the promoter if the money is for sanctioning, right? And so what I'm trying to get at here is even if a sanctioning body is required for Dana White to bring about this vision, he can just create a sanctioning body. There is no firewall or conflict of interest, from what I can read, in him being able to do that and then have that sanctioning body that he created rate the fighters, rank the fighters, and provide titles. He can also reach out to any of the 4 sanctioning bodies that exist right now, right? Assuming there has to be a sanctioning body in place, or he could create his own brand new sanctioning body and just easily get around whatever sort of block these people on YouTube and social media are seeing between Dana, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, their vision of boxing, and the Muhammad Ali Act. I'm not seeing the problem here legally. I could be wrong. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm willing to change my opinion through my own free will if somebody can show me some language that says otherwise. But it looks to me that Dana White doesn't need to have a sanctioning body in place, right? Can just rank the fighters and provide a belt as he sees fit. And if that's not the case, he can just create his own. See how simple that was? This is why it's good to be a part of Knucklehead Nation, and get yourself somebody who knows how to read on your side. By the way, let me know in the comment section below if you think Dana White is going to have trouble getting around the Muhammad Ali Act. After you do that, subscribe to the channel and join the channel. We've got 3 levels I wanted to tell you guys about, right? There's Soldier, there's Capo, and there's Underboss. And this is a boxing fraternity where we don't just get together to talk about fights, which is what we love. We help each other out. This is a fraternity. This is a brotherhood. If you guys need any sort of support, if we want to support each other professionally, emotionally, even financially, we're going to be there for each other. That's what Knucklehead Nation is all about. So join the channel. We're going to meet live every Tuesday night and after all the big fights, and we're going to support each other and build this community as the best boxing fraternity in the world. Let me know what you guys think below. I look forward to hearing it.
Subscribe and join the FightersRep. It'll be the best thing you ever did. Knucklehead. Knucklehead.